Here's a quick update on Batty before we get into the rear axle replacement. Since his transmission is done, I was going over my options on what to do with him. Most of those included destruction of some sort. That's when I happened to find a 2002 Audi TT listed on the Pick and Pull website for the Carson City lot. Needless to say, I jumped in slowly and headed down there to see what the Audi really was and what was left on it. Upon arrival, I found it was a TT Quattro 200. Batty is a 180, so I grabbed some parts and am going to give him a little 200 love. Here's a quick list of the parts I got for the Audi for about $750.
This rear drive shaft passenger side was spinning. It had sheared off all the splines. So when you were going, of course, the differential would spin, but the shaft wouldn't. So I welded it together. So I needed a new rear drive shaft, but those are hard to find except at the Audi dealer for a huge amount of money. Okay, I'm gonna start with the rear axle replacement. Maybe. Audi's stupid with their idea of lug bolts instead of lug nuts. Makes it so hard to get the wheels on. So to do this, we have to take off the nut, take off the lower control arm so that it can swing out a little bit, so we can get the, well, I guess I can try without taking off that first, and then we have to take off the bolts on the inside there. To work on this Audi, you'll pretty much always have to have a 12-sided star or triple square drive set of various sizes, so you might as well just go down and pick up one of these kits from your local auto parts store. To take off the inner bolts on the CV, you need an M8 size 12 star, and it goes right in there. You can try and reach up there, or you can get a bunch of long extensions on your ratchet so you can work out where it's reasonable if you can get the thing to go in. Right now I have the emergency brake on so that the axle doesn't spin. These have a retainer between them to, I don't know why they decided to keep both of them together. Got all 6 of those out. Looks like this axle is ready to come out of there, so I don't probably need to take the lower control arm apart. So to get the axle nut off, you use a 30mm 12-sided socket, and you stick it on there, and hopefully the brakes hold tight enough. Oh, since it's got lug bolts, you have to put these in order to keep it from spinning and busting out the little. So on here it's got a little screw to hold the rotor in the right orientation, and if that rotates, it'll bust that, so you gotta put these lug bolts in, maybe. Then to get the axle out, you use a punch of some sort, put it in the center of the shaft, and then pound on it until that comes out. Looks like my splines are a little rusty, so I'm going to try and clean those up a little bit here. Maybe a little lubricant in there will allow it to slide in better. Oops. Yep. Oh, I was trying to get it to go in farther, but these splines are really short compared to the depth of this thing that goes that far. So if you can see that where the greasy line is, this is deeper, so it doesn't go all the way out. So that means I need to take off the lower control arm so I can swing this a little bit. Okay, now that I got the back CV, the inner CV in place, I can put the bolts back in. See if I can find the bolt holes. Now I gotta put the lower control arm back together. Up too high. I can't get it lower. I need a pry bar. So the torque on this axle nut is 177 foot-pounds. Okay, so there I'm at 177. Okay. Now I can put it all back together. Looks like I got the tread on backwards on the back tires. Yep, the two back tires are on opposite sides, so I guess I'll take that other tire off and swap them. Okay, now the fun part is holding the tire up there while aligning the correct set of holes.